I wanted to take just a few minutes and provide you with a general overview of Microsoft Teams. I know if you're like me over the past few weeks, you've been working from home quite a bit, and you've probably been trying to figure out ways to be more productive and more efficient when working remotely. And in our organization, in Jackson Thornton Technologies, we've really come to enjoy using Microsoft Teams. We found it to be very beneficial in keeping in touch with one another and with communicating the status of projects that we're working on and communicating information that we're seeing in terms of the discussions we're having with our clients. And so I thought it might be helpful just to do a general overview of Microsoft Teams in case you would like to use the application within your organization. And again, this is going to be a very general overview. We're not going to dig deep into the functionality. The hope here is just to get you started in understanding what you can do in Microsoft Teams. So what you're seeing here is the desktop application version of Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is, of course, part of Microsoft 365, formerly known as Office 365. And it's very likely that if you're using Office 365 or Microsoft 365, you already probably have a license for Teams. You just may not be using it yet. But the desktop version that I'm using here is downloaded from the Microsoft 365 portal. Now, you can also use this on the web through your internet browser, and then you can also use it on your mobile phone. There's an app that they provide that you can run on your mobile phone, and I'll show you in just a minute how you can actually download that app. But you're looking at the desktop version here, and what I want to do is just kind of go down on the left-hand side some of the basic functionality with Teams. And I'll start at the top here with the activity feed. What the activity feed provides is just a running list of anything that might pertain to you specifically as a user within Microsoft Teams. So if you're part of a chat conversation, if you're part of a document collaboration session, any activity where you may be included will show up in your activity feed. And it's just a great way to see everything that you're involved with to make sure that you don't miss anything. I find that to be very helpful as I've got different conversations going on at one time. It's very helpful to see when I might be spoken to or when a document may be shared with me. Now, right below that is the chat feature. And what the chat feature provides is a quick way to communicate with people in your organization. I find it very helpful. I think a lot of us are prone to go straight to email when we want to ask a quick question. And this enables you to take those quick questions, those quick requests out of email, so you're not clogging up someone's inbox. But it actually does a lot more than just providing a chat feature. In another session, we'll go into some of the more advanced features of the chat within Microsoft Teams, but you can do video conferencing, you can do screen sharing sessions, you can do whiteboarding sessions, you can do quite a bit within the chat. But at the end of the day, it is just a really easy and quick way to communicate one-on-one or one-to-many within Microsoft Teams. Now below that is the actual Teams function. And the Teams function allows you to create teams that are specific to, let's say, user groups within your organization. So if you wanted to create a team for your marketing department, or if you wanted to create a team for your sales staff or your finance department, then this is where you would do that. You would create a team, you would invite members to that team, and you can create specific security settings within that team. Now, underneath each team, you have the ability to create channels. And a channel allows you to focus specific conversations or communication around a unique topic into one place. So, for example, if you had a finance team and you wanted to have a specific conversation and dialogue around maybe next year's budget, you could create a channel called 2021 budget, and you could have all of the communication specific to the budget focused in that channel. And it's just a great way to separate individual conversations. And then within the channel, of course, settings also. So it just allows you to, again, create unique pathways for dialogue and document collaboration and communication. And all that is done within the Teams feature. Now, below the Teams button, you see the Call button. Now, depending on the functionality that you have set up and configured within Microsoft 365, you may see a few different things here. But Microsoft Teams does allow you to do voice calling through the Teams app. So I could very simply do a one-touch dial here, and I could call one of my colleagues in Jackson Thornton Technology. We could have an audio call here through Microsoft Teams. I know sometimes there's just certain things that it's better for you to speak to somebody about. Maybe you don't want to have it written. Maybe you need to have some context in the conversation. Teams is a great way to have a quick call. And then really at the other end of the spectrum, Teams can be a fully unified communication system. So if you've got an older phone system, or if you've got a phone system that doesn't work very well, you can actually replace your traditional phone system with Microsoft Teams. It can be very simple, or it can be pretty complex and sophisticated, just depending on your need. Now, underneath the calling function, you have a place where files are located. Now, what's really nice about this is that this is all, of course, linked to the document management functionality within Microsoft 365, of course, Microsoft OneDrive. So any documents that may have been shared within Microsoft Teams, any documents that you may have uploaded to OneDrive and shared out through Teams, you can find those here. And just like the activity feed, it's a nice place to go to view all of those files in one place. And the integration with OneDrive is very nice, because then you're able to take advantage of everything that OneDrive provides in terms of document storage in the cloud. And right underneath the Files button, you'll find the Calendar feature. And what's nice about the Calendar feature here is, of course, it's integrated with your Microsoft Exchange Online calendar. So any meetings that you have in your traditional calendar would show up here. But in the context of scheduling Teams meetings, this provides you with a nice single pane of glass to see the meetings that you've been assigned to. It also allows you to schedule meetings, and you can schedule meetings in advance, or you can do ad hoc meetings from this particular area. So a really nice way just to see what meetings you have, as well as allow you to create as needed meetings. If you just need to pull a few folks together very quickly, you can do that here within the calendar function. Now, underneath the calendar button, you'll see three little dots, and if you click on that, what comes up are some additional applications that can be utilized within Microsoft Teams. Things like Microsoft OneNote for additional documentation, Microsoft Planner. If you've got a group of employees that work on specific projects, they can utilize Microsoft Planner within Microsoft Teams to help track the progress of those specific projects. Another thing that you'll find as you look through Microsoft Teams is, in addition to the applications that are listed here, if you click on this More Apps button, we'll find a litany of third-party applications that are available. There are quite a few third-party developers who have created applications specifically designed to be used within Microsoft Teams. If you look at all this functionality that Microsoft Teams provides, these developers have simply added layers to that functionality. And I would encourage you, if you're using Microsoft Teams, do some research and look into these applications. It's very likely that you might find one that would be specific to your industry, whether you're retail, manufacturing, healthcare, and see if there might be an application out there that you could leverage with the inherent functionality of Microsoft Teams to make the experience even better. Now, finally, here at the bottom, you've got a help button, which will allow you to ask questions or find information related to Microsoft Teams. I think once you get in, you'll find it to be very intuitive. But if you do have any questions, Microsoft does provide you with some resources. And then finally, I mentioned to get Microsoft Teams on your mobile phone. That button at the very bottom pulls up a QR code, which you can scan. It will take you to either the the App Store, or the Google Play Store, where you can download the application, the Microsoft Teams application, and use on your mobile phone. We found that to be very helpful if we are not in front of a computer. We still need to have a quick Teams meeting. We can do that on our mobile phone, or we can use the camera on the phone to do the video calling. And then, of course, if we have a chat session going on, then I can see that on my phone, very much like a text message. I can get alerted just like I do when I receive a text message. So at JTT, we find that to be a very helpful tool. Again, that was just a general overview. There's quite a bit of functionality that we did not talk about in this particular session, but I hope that this at least makes you more comfortable and gives you a better understanding of some of the things that you can do within Microsoft Teams. Of course, if you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to us at Jackson Thornton Technologies. That you can reach us at 334-240-3648 over the phone, or you can email me, Nic Cofield, that's ncofield@jttconnect.com. Thanks so much.